Well, this ought to be pretty fun. I headed out to Kansas, and I've got 4 good buddies from church, and Ricky Heat from Georgia, and my buddies from church have never done this dry field stuff. Robert over here has never killed a mallard, so we're going to try to check some first boxes off for a few of these guys. And I think it's always fun to introduce somebody to something new. So we've been seeing ducks and geese in almost every piece of water, every dry field that we've seen, for the last 40-50 miles. So we're pretty optimistic. So it'll be fun. At various times in my life, I've tried so hard to keep the details of my duck hunting a secret that I think I've missed out on some great opportunities to develop new friendships. It's so easy to get caught up in trying to keep everything a secret, especially when trying to consistently kill public land ducks. And in a lot of ways, the secrecy can be a good thing, because if you go and tell the world where all the ducks are, it just makes it a lot harder to kill them. When the word gets out, chaos ensues and the woods are overcrowded, and ultimately it just makes the hunting more difficult for everybody. And while I get that, I have to admit that I've been guilty of taking that sentiment a little too far. Not posting pictures from a good hunt has sort of morphed into not branching out as much, especially when it comes to inviting a new guy or trying out a new place. A while back, I decided I wanted to try and do that a little different this winter. I wanted to plan a trip with a few friends from church that I don't normally get to spend much time with. I see these guys at church and we speak in passing, but the reality is that a friendship forged in the field is always a little stronger than the friendship developed from a brief hello around the coffee maker at church. Watching these guys enjoy a few days of duck hunting together really opened my eyes to how much I take for granted about our incredible sport. Things I've seen and done so many times that I really don't pause to think about them much anymore. And I rarely stop to appreciate them until you watch someone experience them for the first time and you remember how special those things really are. Like watching mallards work for the first time, or the opportunity to shoot your first duck, or the dog making an incredible retrieve, or the sound that a pheasant makes when it flushes. No matter how long you've been hunting, I truly believe that one of the greatest gifts we have as hunters is the opportunity to share the sport we love with someone new.
Come on, girl. Huh?
Jesus, look at this duck.
Oh my God. Don't wait till everything.
Keep your heads down. Keep your heads down.
Kill these two, Greg. Set on corners.
I ducked 500.
That one's right there in the middle.
That's a badass retrieve right there. I don't care who
You're the
goes.
best. Girl. That a girl.
I've never. And as I've recently considered this lesson, it made me painfully aware of how many times I've been guilty of doing exactly the opposite. Instead of introducing new friends to the sport that I love, I've actually avoided bringing anyone new around. This trip to Kansas has taught me a very valuable lesson. If we don't pass it on, if I don't pass it on and share it with new friends, our sport will inevitably die. The preservation of our hunting tradition is up to us, and I believe it starts by sharing it with someone new.